All right, today we're going to be looking at the E form bar chords. So, a couple things to think about right off the bat, where our root notes are going to be, right? So, we know those two are for sure where our roots are going to lay. The nice thing about these bar chords is if we think like a traditional E major chord, now I'm fretting it a little bit differently than I normally would if I was playing an open E, mainly to demonstrate, where we're going to start moving. If I put my fingers like this with my third finger on the A string, second fret, then my pinky on the D string, second fret, and my second finger on the G string, first fret, then play everything else open. I'm going to pretend that I'm barring my first finger on the open strings behind the nut. Because if I take this and just move it up a half step, there's an F major chord, F sharp, G major, and we can keep going down the line. All the way back to E. So I'm going to play all my examples here on the 5th fret, just because it's a nice comfortable spot in the middle of the guitar. So we know our root notes are going to be at the very least on the E strings. So that's a very good starting point. Starting at the beginning, essentially. So yeah, great starting point. Then we're looking at thinking, how the guitar is built and tuned in fourths. So I'm playing a whole step higher on the next string. So that's my 5th. So I got root, 5th. That's the octave. So that's the 3rd root in this shape. So root, 5th, root, major 3rd, 5th, and back to the root. So keeping in consideration, the makeup of all these chords, major, minor, dominant 7, minor 7, major 7, it's all relative to that. This is very simple, this being a major chord. Here, there's my 3rd under my 2nd finger here. So to make it minor, I just lift that finger. So now I have root, 5th, root, flat 3, 5, back to our root. Then to play, we'll go back to this major shape. Root, 5th, root, major 3rd, 5th, root. If I lift my pinky now, so now I'm playing this 5th fret of the D string instead of my octave. So now we have root, 5th, flat 7, major 3, 5, root. There's my dominant 7 chord. And go another step further, let's make it a major 7. So here we're going to skip the A string. Nothing on that. So I have my root on the 5th fret of the E string. My major 7, so if we think of our original fretting, There's my root, the octave, which moved that down a half step. My major third stays the same place. It's going to be on that 6th fret of the G string. And then back to my 5th on the 5th fret of the B string. And the way I'm fretting this, my first finger is muting that A string just by gently laying on it. Well, to play a minor 7, these two notes, the major 7 and the major 3rd, just need to get pushed down 1 fret. So I use my 2nd and 3rd finger. That's what's most comfortable for me. Again, skipping that A string because we could play it with this power chord shape on the bottom, but it kind of sounds a little too hollow. It doesn't really let the notes of the chord ring in a way to make it feel like a minor 7 chord. At least to my ears, it fits better in a mix. You let the bass player take care of the 5th, or the keyboard player, whoever you might have in the group. So here we get root, flat 7, flat 3 or minor 3rd, and then our 5th. Again, my 2nd finger, the way I'm laying it down, is muting that A string for me. So we'll take somewhat of a random chord progression here. We'll say in the key of A major, we'll play diatonic. So just means by order of the scale, right? So, or only including the notes in the scale. So we'll play just an A major to start off. Then we'll go down, we'll play an F sharp minor 7. Then we'll slide up and play a D major 7. Then we'll play an E dominant. If you feel comfortable playing it over the 12th fret. C sharp minor. We'll hit on an A major 7. So there's a chord progression to get started.